So it dawned on me that I'm neglecting my fans who like to watch my home videos. Things like home safety, home security, home convenience, HomeKit, all home automation, stuff like that. And I've really been feeling pretty bad about it. So I decided to make this video today to make up for it. And let me tell you, we're going to make up for it in spades, because what I'm going to show you today is pure gold. So let's go in the house. So I bought this house in 1994 brand new, and I've lived in it ever since. And frankly, the smoke detectors, this is a track home, and they just kind of stuck smoke detectors on everything. I think they even put one on the toilet seat, but that's a whole different subject. But they were really just sticking them everywhere they could just to get past the inspections. Well, it's been a long time since 1994, and all of these smoke detectors were really just past their serviceable lifespan. So I needed to replace them. So about a year ago, I found the First Alert Onelink Safe and Sound. Now this is the Cadillac. I hesitate to use the word smoke detector because it's so much more. It says it's a 3-in-1. That's baloney, because it's way more than a 3-in-1. This thing is amazing. Now, I bought it a year ago, so I've had it in upstairs for a year. And the idea was I wanted to get two. One for the upstairs hallway and one for the downstairs hallway. But at the time, this was over $300. Don't click off, don't click off. It's not that much anymore, okay? I'll cover that in a minute, okay? It's not that anymore. But that's also part of the reason why a year ago I only bought one. But the other reason was they were making promises of features that were coming that weren't here yet, and I wanted to see how that was going to go. Well, they have kind of kept their word and kind of brought some of those features here and are working on others, and this thing is absolutely amazing. So with Amazon Prime Days coming up, I bought a second one for under $150, and we're going to put it in downstairs, and I'll show you how easy it is to put it in, all that it does, and we'll get it all set up and tell you what I think about it. So let's go ahead and install the First Alert Onelink Safe and Sound.
Yeah, oh yeah, I, by myself, am going to put this new detector in, just to show you how super simple it is. And here is the location of the old detector. The mounting ring is held in by 2 screws. In this case, again, I bought a track home, and the mounting ring is screwed up in there with a couple sheetrock screws, which isn't what I figured the manufacturer intended, but hey, whatever works, I guess. So we'll unscrew those 2 screws, set them aside, and we'll remove and discard this this mounting ring because we don't need it anymore. In the package with the detector, there are 3 cords. One is universal. It's got the connection that goes into the new detector, and then bare ends at the other side. And then it has 2 other cords that have the end that go into the detector, and then they both have the most standard connectors on the other sides. So hopefully you can use one of those. It'll save you a little bit of work. I actually have a connector that will work with one of those, so I'm in a sweet spot. But my cord has this big extra flap on it that really doesn't need to be there, and it's just going to take up room in the box. So all I'm using is a little pair of cutters, and I'm cutting away some of that excess plastic so that I won't have that in the way. Right here, there was one small little hiccup in that the 2 little fingers that click the 2 connectors together, they didn't quite line up right, so I just snipped them off and got rid of them, and it worked fine. It snapped together after that without any issues. So don't be afraid to snap them off, and if you need to, or if it makes you feel more comfortable, you can just wrap the two pieces with a little bit of electrical tape. But I didn't deem it necessary, so I snipped those off, connected the two cords, and now we can go ahead and put the first alert mounting plate on the ceiling. Now the mounting plate is clearly marked as to what side goes against the wall, what side sticks out. And basically you just line it up. There are several holes in it to help you line up with whatever existing holes you have. And so you just line it up and you feed some screws back in. And it does come with 2 screws, but I figured I might as well just put the sheetrock screws right back in where the builder had put them. And so that's what I went with. Now, if you're in an older home and watching this and going, but wait, I don't have any wires, well, you are going to have a problem because you do have to have this hardwired. So if you have a home that doesn't have existing hardwired smoke detectors, you're going to need to have a little electrical work done to make this work out for you. But that's really, really not a bad idea. So the base of the detector is marked with a little mark that indicates how to align the thing, and basically you just kind of put that in the right direction and just plug the little cord into the back of the detector, and as soon as you power it up and put it on its base, you just kind of set it on here and give it a quarter twist. But as soon as you do that, that will also activate the backup battery, so you'll be all set with your 10-year backup battery. And as you can see, the thing is on, it's powered up, and it's awaiting setup through the app, which we'll go to now.
There you have it.
Okay, so if you haven't already, you'll need to download the Onelink app, and then you'll just open it up, and you'll click the plus sign, and you'll tap Safe and Sound. And then it's going to start asking you a bunch of questions. What room is it in? What do you want to name it? So on and so forth. So I just called it Downstairs, Downstairs. So it's located downstairs, and the alarm announcement is downstairs. Now the app is asking me if I need any help with the install. I don't, because it's already in, so I tap that. It's going to immediately look for the accessory. There it is. It pops right up in the window. There's alternatives in case you can't find it, but you tap that, and it's going to ask if you can access the network. Boy, that was a tough word. I don't know why I couldn't remember it. But anyhow, so it'll access the network, and then it's going to do its thing. Now, if you're going to use this with HomeKit, you're going to get the familiar HomeKit window to scan the code. You can also enter it manually. The code is on the back of the detector, on the side of the detector, and inside the box. To make it easy, I just jotted mine down. I'm going to blur that out. So I'll type it in, and we'll be good to go. And again, I'll blur this out so you can't see all this part. I don't know what good it would do you, but I'm going to blur it out anyhow. And the accessory is added to HomeKit now. Once the detector is added and locked in, you'll be able to access it from the main screen of the app. At the top of the screen, you'll see the name of your home. You'll see underneath that, hello, everything is okay. And then you'll see the status of the upstairs and downstairs detectors. And they're both okay. You've got the control for the nightlight and the auto brightness and the color. You can tap this microphone, and that will mute the the woman who is ever listening for you to talk to her. That way, if you don't want her listening in, you can mute the microphone and she won't hear you. You've got all your other little settings where you can name the name of the detectors, put in the ambient temperature. What are you preferring, Celsius or degrees, you know, the home, and so on and so forth. And if you tap on one of the detectors, here you've got some additional things, including the Bluetooth function. Now, this is pretty neat. So, Joe Schmo comes and visits. You can turn it into Bluetooth, and they can stream directly from their device to your speaker. So that's a pretty cool little feature. But, you know, you also have the activity. Everything's okay. It was last checked. You can silence it, test it, adjust your nightlight, you know, so on and so forth. And here's a whole lot more stuff, including the equalizer, languages, names, and so on and so forth. So it's all good. The app is really high functioning. Now let's take a quick look over here in my home app, and we can see down here we now have a Onelink upstairs, Onelink downstairs, and then we have downstairs a CO alarm. Okay, carbon monoxide sensor is ready. We have the, let's see here, where's the upstairs smoke alarm? We can tap that, smoke sensor is ready. And so it's all in HomeKit now and ready for us to do whatever we want to with it and to keep our home safe.
Okay, so it was that easy to put this sucker in, okay? Anybody can do it. So what's so fabulous about it? Well, first of all, it is the top end of smoke detection, okay? So it's as high a quality smoke detector as you can get, but it's also as high a quality carbon monoxide detector as you can get. It comes with a built-in 10-year backup battery. It has a controllable light that you can use for ambience or a night light or even a warning signal, okay? You can have it change color when it detects smoke or carbon monoxide to give you a visual cue that there's a problem. So it's got that in it. It has this in it. Hey Alexa, what's the temperature outside?
Right now, it's 89 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, expect a high of 108 degrees.
How about that? It is completely Alexa enabled, and from what I understand, they're bringing full Siri to it, but that's not here yet. It is HomeKit compatible, so you can see the status of this through HomeKit. You can control the nightlight through HomeKit. And the other thing that was promised that was really bumming me out was they promised to bring AirPlay to it because it can play music. Hey Siri, play Bad Times at the El Royale in the entire house. Wow! How cool is that? And, hey Siri, stop playing music. There, okay. So, it will play music upstairs, downstairs, through my HomePods, through my home stereo, and the whole 9 yards. Now I have to tell you, AirPlay 2 for the Onelink is only in beta right now. I reached out to them and discussed the issue with them, and they explained to me that as they develop the Apple-related software, it all has to go sit on Apple's desk and get buried for years and years and years, and that's what's happening right now. But because it was in beta, they were able to offer me the ability to be in the beta program, and so I now have AirPlay in it, and it is coming to everybody. So you're just going to have to wait for Apple to do its thing. But overall, this thing is amazing. It really is. It adds just this wonderful blanket of security to your house for smoke detection, carbon monoxide, and it adds a lot of versatility. Onelink, first of all, really had their act together when they put this thing together. I don't know how they shoehorned so much in such a little device, but they did, and it's awesome. Pure gold, okay? Highly recommended. Go get yourself one today. All right. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, click subscribe, click the little bell and you'll be notified anytime I release a new video. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. I read everything you guys put down there, and I'll try and get back to you on anything that you ask. Okay, this is Paul from Fat Guy Productions, wishing you a perfectly safe and sound, wonderful day. Until next time, be good.